You are watching Two Button Crew,
the daily show for Nintendo fans.
This is Simeon.
And this is Scott.
And it's nice to see you guys. You know, Nintendo made a new game. They called it Splatoon, and it came out recently.
Yay!
And Splatoon has no voice chat.
No, it does not.
So we're here to talk about voice chat, the pros and the cons, basically Nintendo's outlook on voice chat and their continual struggle with it, and kind of our stances on it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Splatoon co-director Yusuke Amano, I probably butchered that, he said, "When I played online games, I didn't like the negativity I got and people telling me, 'You're crap, go away.'"
I wouldn't like that either.
So we wanted to focus on the positive aspects of online gaming as opposed to the negative, I'm guessing.
So the negative aspects of online gaming are humans communicating.
Yes, and
that's pretty negative.
Saying mean things about your mother.
So
it's true. That's what they do.
Yeah. Well, my first response to this guy would be Mr. Yusuke. You're playing with the wrong people. He was playing with everybody. I'm assuming his personal friends that he's added on his console weren't saying these things to him.
That's probably true.
So, I mean, there's definitely a big distinction, of course, who you're playing with. When you open it up to everybody, you get these jaded old men. You
get these 11-year-olds that know words that they shouldn't know.
Right, and they're trying to be cool.
Yeah.
And there's no happy medium there to be found often.
Right.
Of course, it's completely different when you're playing with people on your friends list, people that you've added, like you and I.
Mm-hmm.
So Nintendo's had a couple different approaches to voice chat. Like in Mario Kart 8, you were able to speak with your voice over using the microphone in the gamepad, which Nintendo created, might I add.
Mm-hmm.
So they utilized that microphone, and you could talk to people in lobbies.
Mm-hmm.
So that was nice. It was kind of like a bandwidth thing, because they have a lot of technology running at once with the game going at 60 frames per second and trying to keep no lag. I don't know how much I buy it that it's like a lag thing, that it's not enabled during the games, because didn't like the original Xbox have voice chat and stuff?
Yeah.
So, I mean, internet speeds are pretty good all around these days.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one approach in the lobbies, and that was about the same story in Super Smash Bros.
Right.
So they had chat enabled during selecting your character and selecting the stage. This is okay, because during Smash Bros. Matches, you're pretty much just concentrating or like yelling in frustration.
Yes.
Not a whole lot of talking, at least how I would use it.
Right, and not a lot of back and forth, especially in games like Call of Duty, where you're doing like a team sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Two teams, and you need to strategize with each other. Smash Brothers, yeah.
Yeah, like if you're playing 2 versus 2, usually you have 2 people local.
Right.
And you can use your built-in human voice chat system.
Yes, something besides technology.
Yeah, but I mean, during Smash Bros, you're not missing too much like fun banter during the matches, because you can do trash talk like between.
Yes.
And you can talk about, oh, I wish this move hit, or you shouldn't have got me with that, or whatever. You can do that
totally
in between.
You,
yeah. So it's okay. Man.
Yeah, to me, this just seems like a very Nintendo thing to do, to say, oh, we're just not going to do voice chat.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't care either way, because I don't think it's something that I would necessarily want to use. But that's just me not growing up being an online gamer. I know that for a lot of people, this could be like a big factor as to whether or not you would buy a game with or without voice chat.
Mm-hmm.
So, but to me, this seems like a very Nintendo thing to do. They're very much about keeping the games PG as possible. Especially with this, there's no blood. You become
That's not what that is.
That would be an extremely gory game if you were just shooting. No, that's ink. Yeah, ink.
I hear people playing Splatoon a lot saying like it's actually a missing element in this game because there could be a lot of strategy that goes into it. I mean, it's pretty much all team based. You have people that you're working together with, and you can see it on the map. You can look down the map and see kind of how your team is doing. You can teleport to people, but wouldn't it be nice to like be able to tell each other when an opponent is approaching, or if you're losing territory or something, just kind of draw people's attention. So yeah, I can see it both ways. I mean, you're right. It is absolutely a child's security kind of approach. And we've seen Nintendo take steps to keep kids as safe as possible. There was one major case of somebody abusing one of Nintendo's communication software, and I think it was called SwapNote on the 3DS, where you could send messages.
Oh, yeah.
Like, one person majorly abused it, and the entire service got shut down. Now, that seems extreme to me. Like, these same... Now, I don't want to say what happened wasn't horrible.
Right.
But...
it was one person.
And that same person is surrounded in a world with internet-connected computers, phones, everything, like playgrounds where people are bullying and stuff like that. I just don't think it's Nintendo's responsibility to shelter people.
Yes.
I think that they're right to build in these safety features that parents can manage.
Yes.
And we see that a lot in parental controls. Nintendo will give parental controls the option: do you want to turn on internet connectivity for this device at all? Do you want the browser to be protected by a PIN where only an adult or a trusted older sibling or whatever can access? But they leave it up to the parent, and I wish that was how it was. I wish a parent could say, okay, for this system or this user or whatever it may be, they can use voice chat for anyone, or they can use voice chat for only people that are added to the friends list, or they can do, only a parent can approve people for the friends list, so they make sure there's no stranger danger.
Right. Yeah, and I see that as something that is, well, I think it's a bigger issue with our society as far as parents being involved in their kids' lives and knowing what's going on the video game console. So I think that using those parental controls as a guide for that is a good thing. But also, I see how eliminating voice chat period can be a good thing, because I think that it does send a message, kind of like in the swap note thing. I think that was a little excessive. One person then taking it away completely. I think that that's kind of a bad example, but this is why we can't have nice things mentality. Like, we'll give you this game, we're not going to give you voice chat because honestly the community doesn't deserve it. And I think that's true, because the community, the gaming community, not necessarily the Nintendo community, but the gaming community as a whole doesn't necessarily use that properly, because everybody knows the stereotype of the 11-year-old dissing your mom and telling them, so
they could use some maturing.
Yeah.
Somehow. I don't know what kind of would start that. I have no idea.
Hopefully, that's what I'm hoping, is that this sends a message, first of all, to parents, saying you need to actually look and see what your kids are playing and use the parental controls.
Yeah.
And secondly, this is why we can't have nice things. Like, as a community, face it, we do stink.
It seems like there's an edge of naiveness to this, where like, okay, so somebody is playing Splatoon online. It's primarily an online game. They can close that game and go on an internet browser, and then Nintendo has absolutely no control what happens to that person.
Right.
So, man, I wish there was some kind of middle ground. I know,
me too.
At least for me as an adult, I would like to be able to go online and use the microphone that is built into the gamepad that I paid for.
Yes, not
with
just
sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, not just used for that one thing that nobody uses, the voice calls.
Yeah.
Does anybody actually use that? I don't even know how it works.
Yeah, I mean, and you can add somebody off Miiverse, and you can be video chatting with them.
That's true.
In minutes. So, I think Nintendo's a little confused in their approach. Let us know what your thoughts are. Let us know if like you're a parent and you have some thoughts on this, or if you're somebody that's considering buying Splatoon but is actually swayed by the voice chat or anything. We want to hear all your guys' thoughts. And above all else, thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of the crew.
Don't forget to subscribe, to click that like button, and to comment.
We'll see you guys next time.
Signing out.